Hello everyone, welcome to chapter 57 on my RLDR Custom Creations YouTube channel. And yes, you guessed it, we're talking dust again today. We're going to run dust collection to my oscillating spindle sander and my disc sander. So hang in there, this is going to be a good one. Well, as the introduction suggested, we're going to talk dust collection again today. Normally, when a person does dust collection in the shop, I've watched so many YouTube videos about this. Often it's a company like Nordfab comes in and the pipes all measured out, the volumes are all calculated. It's a perfect system, and it goes in and it's done, and then the next video you see that person's using it. Well, I am not that place. I'm doing it the real world way. So yes, as you know already, if you watched my previous dust collection videos, my dust collector is I call it a first generation Clearview, but it's old. But I don't think it's been used all that much because it seems to work really well. And I bought it used off of Kijiji at the time because Facebook Marketplace wasn't as prevalent as it is now. And all the piping that you see, well, I'll show you, but and you've seen it all already too, came with it. So, and then I didn't expect to be teaching it all this last year and have to use my thickness sander. So then I needed to run some of my main run and one offshoot to my dust collector, or sorry, to my thickness sander. And that's how it started. So now I've got two more machines that are really close to being able to be hooked up. And I ordered some pieces. I didn't have any 2.5-inch flex hose, and I didn't have any. Nope, I only had one 4-inch blast gate, but I had to. I spent $70-80 with them, and then with the materials that I had, I'm going to be able to run dust collection to these two machines. Not sure how that's going to work. Like my oscillating spindle sander has a big open area. I don't, you can't see it, I guess, on the video now, but I might have to build some kind of a chute around it so that it draws better. But I'm going to get it hooked up, and then we're going to fine tune it. So yeah, today's video is going to be about hooking that up, and I will get started right away. Well, here we are at the main drop that I did a while ago, and in that drop, I'm standing on ladder here, so I have to bear with me a little bit. I did put this Y in here to tee off down to these two machines. Now, this is not quite 45 degrees anymore. I took the liberty of pushing this in. Figured that you probably didn't need to see me pushing a pipe together. I haven't screwed anything in yet, and the pipe, I'm not even sure exactly how long it is, because some of the joys about working with used ducting is I had a piece. It was the right length. So that worked great. The other thing that I've really appreciated with my used system here is the fellow that I bought this all from sold me in the deal 3 or 4 of these 2.4 to 6 Clearview adapters, which I probably wouldn't have bought and couldn't afford if I'd have done it on my own and bought it all new. So appreciate those. So the one thing that I thought of with this is this run is kind of unsupported, and now it looks like there's a possibility I might have more people in the shop. So I wanted things a little bit more rigid, a little bit more sturdy. So yesterday I welded up a support that this will screw into the ceiling with 1.5-inch 12s. And this, I didn't get the angle quite right on this one. I took the angle of the ceiling, which is 10 degrees, but this is 45 degrees, and I messed that up. So, and I don't think I have a clamp for that either, so I might have to put two together temporarily to get this done today. But so what I'm going to do now, oh, by the way, this plug came out of this end, and that's how I use this for since I put this in. Now, the only thing, sorry here, I'm putting things back. The only thing I noticed was when I pulled the cap off, it was full of dust up to about there. This low part filled up with dust with this plug in. I think I'm going to hang on to these plugs just in case and maybe wait till they're all done, and then I'll probably just get rid of them or maybe make something else out of them. I don't know. But anyway, that's kind of where I am. So what's going to happen is we're going to take a 6-inch, we're going to come down, we're going to tee that into 2 4s, which is going to reduce to, there's 2-inch outlets to the machines. So probably 2.5-inch flex hose will adapt down from here, put a blast gate in here. I had originally considered putting one 6-inch blast gate in here, and then both would be on at the same time. But I had a 4-inch blast gate. All I had to do is buy another one, and I just bought a cheap plastic one. I think it was like $8 at Lee Valley, so not a huge expense. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is the next time you'll see me is I'm going to be installing this, and I want to make, whoops, there it goes. I want to make this pipe rigid in place before I start working on the ends. Okay, we'll bring you back for that. Okay, well, now things get a little bit sketchy. I've made a mark on the ceiling already, and hopefully I can get this to work. Kind of standing on a ladder and oh, come on. Oh, come on. Kind of standing on a ladder, and I have 1 foot on my thickness sander, so not exactly the best way to do this. Okay, I'm going to try screwing the back in. I don't have to worry about hitting studs here because my my ceiling is sheeted. So there's 7/16 OSB under everything. Boy, I hope you can see me. But yeah, that's looking okay. All right, well, we have this in place. It's a little flimsy now. One of the things about this whole setup is it's very fluid, like it all moves. So I've got it in place now. I did a little bit of work off camera because I don't want to bore you with every little detail. But now I'm pretty happy with this. I'm going to put this screw in there. And where did they go? Here they are. Again, using these steel stud screws. I don't know why I like them, but I do. Okay, can I reach that? Oh yeah, there we go. There we go, self-tappers. Okay, so now I'm solid there. I actually cheated a little bit, did the screw on the back side. Didn't think you guys needed to watch that. I wished I'd have made a little better job of this here. This isn't really quite the way it should be. But I think if everything is right, well, that's pretty much exactly 45 degrees. So I'm happy with that. So remember, I thought I'd have to put 2 clamps together. Well, it turns out we've got a really good Husqvarna dealership in our community, MEK Equipment. And besides stocking all your lawn and garden equipment needs, they've got a good selection of stuff. A lot of what I would call basic farm supplies, like clamps and hoses and oil filters, you name it. James has pretty much got it all. And so I walked over, I don't walk anywhere, I drove over there and picked up the right hose clamp. So we're going to put this on like that. I could have done it beforehand, but that would have meant I'd be organized. Do have the right driver here. Let's put this together. Oh, come on. Yeah, there we go. It's in. I didn't think it was in. Because because my support has so poorly formed there, I'm going to put this part of the clamp on the side of the pipe. Let's just going to take a look. I got too much stuff in here. Here, let's get rid of that ladder. I'm going to take a look at, yeah, I need to move it over a wee bit. Not a surprise. I get there, we go center. The seam of the pipe needs to be right on the mark there. And yeah, I can live with that. I think that looks really good. Okay, then the next thing to do is I'm going to put one screw in there, and actually there is one on the other side already. Again, for the ease of video, I like to do, I think I'm getting a little better at it. You realize you don't have to shoot absolutely everything, because otherwise videos just get too long. Okay, I'm just going to drill through the plastic. There we go. Through the plastic, and one of my self-tappers. And there we go. We are secure. Okay, so the next thing on the list is putting a short section of 4-inch flex hose here, and then the blast gates will go in, and then another, I think maybe I can just mount the, no I can't. But we're going to start working with this, getting this reduced down to 2.5-inch pipe, and I'll bring you back when I'm that far. Okay. Okay, and we're moving right along here. I like to kind of do one side off camera just to kind of show you where we're going, and then we'll build this side. I've got the parts for it cut already. One of the handy little things that I carry is a 4-inch or a little I think it's 1 meter tape measure. These are about 4 inches. This one might be a bit longer. Let's see, that one's 4, the other one a little less. I think I'm going to put this one here actually. I'm not sure how well this is all going to work, but you know, we're going to give it a try and see what happens. And you can count on me filling you in along the way. Oh man, that was a lot easier to get that other one on first. Isn't that how it works? When you're trying to show off on camera, that's when things don't work out like they're supposed to. Okay, come on, come on. There we go. Oops, okay, there we don't go. There we go. Now it's on. This is pretty tight here, but I think it's going to be good. I'm excited about this. I can't tell you how much I'm looking forward to having proper dust collection to all my tools. Okay, and that's a little bit of an issue there too. The clamps don't all have the same size screw on them, so that's a little bit of an inconvenience, but not a huge deal. Okay, we're going to loosen that just a little bit. I thought we were there. Okay, that's gonna be, that clamp may not work here. Okay, let's walk it through. Gotta go over one more. There we go. Oh, yes. Okay, and we're gonna tighten it. Yeah, that clamp isn't very good there. Okay, we're gonna get rid of that. See, whenever you try to shoot something and you get a little bit cocky, and then it doesn't want to work. So I'm going to take one of these strange ones because I know they work. I'm basically trying to use hose clamps that I bought when they were on sale at Princess Auto. Princess Auto often has a salvage or a surplus area, they call it. It's all new stuff, but it's if you want to buy rigid hand tools, that's a good place to go. I bought a lot of my stucco and tiling tools there. And they're all rigid. There we go, that's perfect. Okay, then Mr. Blastgate. And I think I'm going to take the other weird clamp. So I'm probably going to be a clamp short. Well, maybe MEK, here we come again. May need it. And I know James has those, so handy having my neighbor as the local Husqvarna dealer. Just kind of nice. There we go. That isn't really the way I want it, but we're going to tighten it, and then we're going to, oops, and then we're going to maybe pull it where we want it. Well, it's a little crooked, but don't see that one you're going to grab. We're not done yet. Now we tweak. Oh, come on, come on. There. I guess I cut one a little longer than the other here, so. That'll do. I think that'll do. Oh yeah, we're still lots on here. Ooh, tighten it almost a little too much. Have a little bit of a bump in there. I might have to back that off a little bit. Okay, onward we go here. Now we put this on. And do I have a clamp? Yes, I think I do. I think I have a clamp. I do have a clamp. Okay, so now, I don't know, for now at least I'm going to leave the bolt and the clamp up, because that way, that doesn't look very good. That way I can adjust it if I want to later, but I'm going to get it on or get it assembled today. And then we'll see what happens. That feels good. This is an old blast gate. This is a new one. And I think they're both Lee Valley blast gates. This one's made a little different. It's a little stiffer at the end, but I think that's going to work. And then the 4-inch to 2.5-inch reducer. So this one's going to go to the oscillating sander, and this one's going to go to the disc sander. Like I said earlier, I'd considered putting a 6-inch blast gate right here, but I'm glad I had one of these, because otherwise I would have maybe done it to save, well, to save $8, which is kind of silly. But this is going to be better. So, do I have another clamp? That is a very good question. And I don't think I do. Okay, well, so we'll put another clamp on here like this one, and then we'll run the 2.5, we'll loop down through here. It'll come out, I don't know if you can see that on camera, come out right there, right down there. And the oscillating sander is right here. So there's just a short little chunk of 2.5-inch flex to each machine. So hopefully that'll work well. And I'm going to go find another clamp, and then we're gonna maybe finish this off. Okay, I'll be back in a bit. Well, it's funny how I can always sneak a little bit of turning into these dust collection videos, but I'm basically modifying a coupling. I'm just going to stand up here. You don't need to see me now. This is an 1.5 to 2-inch ABS connector reducer, and the 2-inch, or sorry, the 1.5 and it's 1.5 inside. So it doesn't slide over the 2-inch end that's there. Oh, sorry, this is the 2.5-inch. 1.5 to 2.5. Sorry about that. And so it doesn't quite fit on the machine. And on the other end, the pipe doesn't quite fit over, like the flex hose. So what I'm going to do, and I've done one already, it worked out really nicely. I didn't think this one would work out as nicely as it has, so I started experimenting off camera, but it's working out great. So I'm going to try to make this smaller. Now, the first one I didn't bring the tailstock in, so we're going to see how that works. But and all I'm using is my 1/2-inch skew, and I'm just going to scrape it. Okay, this stuff turns fairly nicely. And I'm not going terribly fast. Oops, that's not, how come that's bouncing? There we go, you just got to approach it right. There's a couple of ridges on the outside of this pipe, so, or outside of this fitting. There we go. Okay, and I have to stop and clean this stuff off occasionally. So I don't want to get things wrapped up. It's probably not the safest thing to do to run stuff like this, but it does work. And the nice thing about these lathes with variable speed like they have is you can do a lot of little operations like this really nicely. If I can turn a little more off the very beginning to get the pipe to slide on, or the flex hose, that'll be great. That's looking, I'm going to try that. Nope, it's not there yet. I can tell. With this cone in there, it's nice and stable, but it hides a little bit of the edge. So here we're going to go a little deeper. And it's a bit of a slow process here, but I'm going to take this out and see. That might actually work. What I do need is a short tool rest yet. Might have to make one. Okay, well that's not coming off so nice and easy, but it will come out the other way. That's looking really good. So I'm just going to quickly step out here, get a piece of hose. And it's tricky to get it on. I had to use, but I think this is going to work. So yeah, that's what I'm going to use. And we're going to put this on, and that'll be the next and last step. Well, we're just about to the point where we can wrap this up. I, off camera, did the other side already. That worked out really quite nicely. And now we're just going to put this side together. So I took the liberty of trimming these, and I've sometimes not had good success with trimming it properly so that it goes on easily. So what I started to do is, I love this scissor, by the way. This is from Princess Auto. It's a grip, and it cuts really good. So I trim close to the wire and then cut across to the lower wire. So I don't know if you could see that. So I trim here and trim there, and then we come across. Well, does it work well? I don't know. If you have a way that you do it that works well for you, boy, please share it in the comments, because it is always a little bit of a challenge. Okay, I'm just going to make this clamp a wee bit bigger. One of the things that I did is I knew that this was going to happen. I was going to have a shop, and I knew it was going to happen. So I started buying things that I knew I would need. And when things went on sale, I bought them. Didn't have room for them, just threw them in the shop, and that's what I did. And I am so thankful now that I did that, because the way things are going and how expensive everything is, there is no way I'd be able to afford this had I not pre-bought everything. So that worked out well, and I actually have a Woodworkers Guild member that's responsible for that. And I forget who it was, because there were so many older people that have shared their wisdom and since have departed from this earth. So, but to the one that told me, I made a statement that when I retired, I was going to get into woodworking when I retired. And I will never forget his words. He says, don't wait till you're retired. You may not be that lucky. And fortunately, I have been fortunate, and I am still around. So that's awesome. For me, anyway. Maybe not for YouTube, but for me. Okay, so that's clamped onto there. And this hose, I'm going to route around, and I slid my coupling that I made in a previous little clip there. That's what I made. And it's pretty thin, but it goes on. And I did make one little mistake. I should have made this a little tighter. But I had the same problem with the other one, and I made it work. So then I'll make this one work too. So I'm going to push this on, and it just barely fits. Okay, yeah, it does. I had it. You saw me take it out, so you know it fits. But now I seem to be all thumbs now. I can't say index fingers because that wouldn't work. Okay, I think that's going to do it. And it came with these clamps, and I'm going to use it, and I'm going to put it right there like that, maybe this way. There. And then this is going to ride in there like that. I'll maybe put a zip tie here to keep it tight. Maybe should have made it a tad shorter. And anyway, this is pretty thick casting here coming out of this machine. And since I made this a little bit loose, I'm just going to take a little bit of silicone and run a bead along the inside. Okay, that's, there we go, got rid of that. And we're just going to put a bead in there. I should really let this dry before we fire it up, but I think we're going to have to fire it up today to see this yet. Okay, and that goes on there like that. And then I pre-drilled and marked where a screw is going to go through there. And, oops, installed a screw already just to make sure it threads and all goes in. And I just want one to hold it in place until, okay, I hope it's about there. Okay, I'm not hitting it. Okay, so we're going to put this in like that. Oh, this is not good. Oh, now you see the mess. I feel bad. This perfect YouTube assembly isn't going the way I want it to. So if you're a YouTuber and that ever happens to you, let me know. Okay, I knew this would be the hardest part. There we go. Okay. I'm just going to make sure that that silicone, the extra, goes where it's needed. Not maybe the most efficient way to do this, but I think it's going to work. Boy, I should really put a second one in. I should have turned that coupling a little bigger. That would have been nice. But anyway, I think we're going to basically call that done. Now that clamp's a bit crooked yet too. And I don't have anything to wipe my hands on here. That's bad. Well, okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup, and then I'm going to bring you back. And who knows, maybe we'll go in, have some supper, and then come back out here and turn everything on and show you how it works. Okay, so we'll see you in a bit. Well, it's a little later than I expected. I went in and had a nice supper. Sheila's helping me get my teacher pay teacher stuff online, so she's been working on that all day. So that's so helpful to have a little bit of help with that. But yeah, it's boy, it's got to be what, about 8 o'clock, 8:30, and I think the silicone's good enough. We're going to run this a little bit and see if it actually helps. So let's see. I've got last gate to close, 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 close. Okay, so I'm going to open this one, and with the magic of technology, I'm going to turn an S collector on. Oh yeah, look at it. Well, I don't know. I've got a little bit of work to do here. As I expected, this doesn't draw very well. It's too wide open. Gonna have to deal with that. Let's try the disc sander for a minute. Here, we'll hit the dust collector again. There we go. Well, you can definitely see the dust coming up in the hose. I don't think I ran that long enough for it to be an accurate test. But yeah, there's going to need, oh, you know what? I didn't realize that blast gate wasn't open. So that's why I didn't see it here. Okay, but you know what? I think the potential is there. I'm going to get this working. I have the dust collection run to it. Now it's just a matter of tweaking it to get it to work. So I think that brings this dust collection, or this chapter of the dust collection in my shop, to an end. Thank you if you hung in there and watched all the way through. Thanks so much. Please like and subscribe. Please help me grow this channel. I watched a video from Sam Angelo this morning, Wyoming woodturner, and he's been on YouTube since 2010 and 800 and some videos, and man, the guy has paid his dues. So please check out his channel as well. If you're a turner, he's an awesome resource. So yeah, watch. I'd like to get to the point where, who knows, maybe dream someday, maybe 100,000 subscribers. That'd be wonderful. But for right now, hey, I'm happy with another one. So hang in there. We'll probably do another video Friday, Saturday, probably. No, sorry. This will go up Thursday, Saturday or Sunday, probably another video. So I'm not sure on exactly what yet, but I'll find something captivating to show you. All right, take care. Have an awesome long weekend. And that brings this one to an end.